Genesis HMAS deconstruction engine online.
In its public era, Twitter's unit economics were straightforward. The company sold behavioral outcomes to marketers. By 2021, the platform generated $5.07 billion, almost entirely from standard advertising placements in user timelines and search results. 3 years later, that financial model collapsed. Annual revenues contracted by more than 50%, plummeting to just $2.5 billion in fiscal year 2024. This animated graph plots the financial damage. Following privatization, user reports regarding abuse and hateful content spiked. Brand safety concerns triggered a massive advertiser exodus, collapsing the primary revenue stream. Yet in March 2025, xAI acquired the struggling platform in an all-stock transaction. Despite the massive drop in operating revenue, the combined entity instantly claimed a paper valuation of $113 billion. Less than a year later, the SpaceX conglomerate consolidated the xAI entirely, rolling rocketry, satellite internet, and artificial intelligence into a corporate structure valued at $1.25 trillion. Reconciling the massive valuation with the collapsing ad revenue requires a structural realization. X is no longer operated as a consumer-facing social network. The platform's operating purpose has been re-engineered. It functions as an infrastructure host and a structural data pipeline designed to continuously harvest real-time human interaction. This technical diagram maps out the underlying architecture. We are going to audit this system, layer by layer, to understand exactly how uncompensated user value is extracted from the interface and funneled into the corporate core. To understand the math supporting a trillion-dollar aerospace conglomerate, we have to look past the marketing of a creator economy and analyze the platform as an industrial extraction machine. Before privatization, Twitter operated under standard U.S. generally accepted accounting principles. Because the company controlled the advertising inventory, it recognized ad revenue on a gross basis before paying out any revenue shares to premium video partners. The first layer of the modern extraction system modifies this dynamic. To retain high-reach users, the platform introduced the Creator Ads Revenue Sharing Program, offering financial payouts based on ad impressions displayed in reply threads. The official marketing claims a highly favorable partnership. X publicly offers creators a 97% revenue split on their first $50,000 in lifetime earnings. The math changes upon closer inspection. That 97% split is applied only to the net revenue, a figure calculated entirely internally, after the platform has already extracted its own undisclosed structural cut of the original ad transaction. This infographic contrasts the marketing against empirical reality. Advertisers pay a baseline of $4 to $8, but calculating the creator's effective CPM yields a microscopic baseline of roughly 0.8 cents to 1.2 cents per thousand verified views. Fractions of a single penny are paid to the user, while brands continue spending $5 for every 1,000 pairs of eyes. The empirical unit economics dictate that the creator takes home less than 1% of the gross ad revenue generated by their conversational threads. Layer 1 acts as a highly effective promotional facade. It allows X to quietly retain up to 99% of the gross advertiser spend, while operating under the public illusion of a generous partnership. In October 2024, the platform initiated a structural shift in how it calculates those microscopic payouts, pushing the extraction mechanism deeper into the user base. Raw ad impressions in reply threads were abandoned as a metric. Engagement from free, unverified accounts was entirely excluded from creator monetization calculations. This diagram outlines the resulting closed-loop mechanism. Up to 25% of premium user subscription revenue is allocated to a central pool. Payouts are drawn from this pool and calculated exclusively based on interactions generated by other paid subscribers. This isolates the creator in a behavioral tether. They are financially pressured to ignore organic, wide-reaching posts to chase payouts, and instead farm high-friction, engagement-heavy content specifically targeted at the very narrow demographic of users who pay for premium accounts. Because the payout formula relies heavily on the geographical value of the ad auction, this closed loop disproportionately punishes international participants. Geographic labor arbitrage takes hold in developing markets like Nigeria. Advertisers pay significantly lower rates here, meaning 1 million verified views yield severely compressed revenue. That compressed revenue is further reduced by Stripe's international processing infrastructure, which extracts an additional 2 to 5% in transaction and currency conversion fees. Meanwhile, subscription fees, like the 11,000 Naira monthly cost for the premium tier, remain fixed. The compounding financial friction means many international creators operate at a net financial loss. Layer 2 is not a compensation system. It is a behavioral trap, compelling creators to pay monthly fees to perform unwinnable labor policing their metrics. The final bedrock layer of the architecture operates completely off the financial ledger. The pennies shared in the creator program are a distraction from the platform's primary extraction mechanism. Under the terms of service, 100% of the underlying user intellectual property, every uploaded video, every typed character, and the exact speed of content propagation is stripped of its context and swallowed by the back-end pipeline. This visual maps the raw data flow. Competitors building frontier AI face multi-million-dollar copyright lawsuits for static web scraping. By leveraging XAI taps a living data foundry, converting human analysis into proprietary data. The system then applies unconscious reinforcement learning from human feedback. Standard network interactions act as a massive grading system. When users reply to correct an AI hallucination or quote a post to point out semantic inaccuracies, they are unknowingly grading prose and aligning the model without financial compensation. This high token density data stream is routed directly into XAI's computing clusters, acting as the continuous raw material required to fuel the Memphis supercluster infrastructure. This creates an acute value asymmetry. The continuous ingestion of public thought directly lowers the research and development costs of the neural networks. The user receives fractions of a penny for their engagement, while their uncompensated cognitive labor directly inflates the multi-billion-dollar valuation of the parent company. The true transaction is entirely inverted. Financial payouts are minimal, but the massive volume of cognitive labor extracted justifies XAI's $80 billion valuation. Looking at the complete architectural map, the 3 individual layers merge into a single, highly optimized extraction machine. The facade of revenue sharing keeps users on the platform. The subscription pool dictates their behavior, and the ingestion sink quietly swallows their output. This system was further optimized in May 2025. Following antitrust court rulings against Apple regarding restrictive app interface requirements, the regulatory landscape shifted. Platforms were granted the ability to link external payment processors. X utilized Stripe to bypass Apple's 30% App Store commission, allowing the corporate core to capture direct user subscription capital at a fraction of the transaction cost. The result is a completely circular economy with a dark structural irony. To participate in the monetization system, users must pay an $8 to $22 monthly fee. They are actively paying the platform for the privilege to generate the raw materials the platform extracts from them. The audited S1 disclosures confirm the math. The highly publicized creator economy on this platform is a structural illusion. The economic output of X is no longer measured in consumer ad clicks. It is measured in AI model weight optimization, neural vector alignments, and the algorithmic dominance achieved by the parent conglomerate. The millions of individuals typing into the void are not customers, nor are they business partners. They are the uncompensated behavioral real estate anchoring a $1.25 trillion aerospace and artificial intelligence empire.